Good evening, students. I am back with another session of English. Okay. So, in today's class, we are going to discuss about. Let me first select the pen. In today's class, we are going to first start our verb. Now, if I talk about the chapter, like two parts. One is verb basics, and the other part is verb advanced. We are going to start with our verb basics part right now. First of all, before starting learning the rules, before learning the types of verbs, the definition, let us understand what verb actually exists for, right? So you basically need to understand there are three things present. I am saying that there are three things which a verb can represent. Either your verb can represent an action, one thing, or your verb can represent existence, second thing, or your verb can represent possession. I am saying that today we are going to start with chapter verb, and verb is divided into two parts, verb basics and verb advanced. In verb basics, we mainly talk about helping verbs, and in verb advanced, we mainly talk about main verbs. But before that, let us understand what are the functions of verbs, why we use verbs, what are the things, what are the points that verb represent. In action, as we do understand that the one whatever we are doing is verb, so we are doing what we are doing actions, or the verb represent existence, or the verb represent your possession. If I say she wrote a letter, she ate apple. Now here the verb is wrote. Write is what your action, eating is what again your action. So in both the sentences your verb is representing action, one thing. Now let us talk about existence. She is a doctor. He is a pilot. They were singers. She is a doctor, he is a pilot, they were singers. So if I talk about all the three sentences, then in all the three sentences, you need to understand one thing. There is no action mentioned. If we consider all the three sentences, no action involved. Nobody is writing or eating or learning or listening or dancing or teaching or watching. Nobody is doing anything yet. She is our doctor. We are, with the help of is, we are representing her existence, that she exists as a doctor. Or if I say he is a pilot, so with this is, we are representing his existence as a pilot. They were singers. In past, they used to be singers. So is, or if I talk about were or was, so all these words are not representing actions. Instead of action, they are representing existence, right? Now let us talk about possession. They had a car. She has a Yeah. So anything that is mine is my possession, and anything that belongs to you is your possession. My point. So she has a bungalow. Who has a bungalow? We cannot. Pen. Yeah. Now, who has bungalow? She has a bungalow. Who had a car? They had a. You to understand that they had a car and she has a bungalow. In both the sentences, neither an action is involved nor an existence is involved. In both the sentences, what we are representing, we are actually representing possession. In both the sentences, what we are representing, we are actually representing possession. So from all the sentences, you people must have understood that either a verb can represent an existence, or a verb can be used to show a possession. These are all the functions of verbs. These are the things for which verbs are used in a sentence. Moving on to the next slide. Verbs are words that show an action occurrence. Either you can say occurrence or state of being. Both the occurrence, state of being, and existence all are same words. Action, run, hit, travel, event, rain, occur, situation, be, seen, have, become, grow, develop. Become, grow, develop also comes in the action. He has completed his work. Okay, verb can be divided into two parts. Verbs are of two types. One is helping verb. Another one is main verb. In main verb, transitive verb are there. Intransitive verbs are there. Linking verb is there. Causative verb is there. Right. Dynamic verb is there. Static verb is there. Finite verbs are there. And finally, non-finite verbs are there. So these eight are all the parts of main verbs. Now, if I talk about helping verb, there are three types of helping verbs. First are modals. Second one is primary. Auxiliary verb. And third one is marginal auxiliary verb. I am saying that verbs are basically of two types, right? Helping verb, main verb is further divided into eight parts: transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, linking verbs, causative verbs, dynamic verb, static verb, finite verb, and non-finite verb. Helping verbs are further of three types: modals, primary auxiliary verbs, and marginal verbs, right? So in verb basics, these are all the things which we are going to learn in verb basics. These are all the things which we are going to learn in verb, advanced. And if I talk about transitive and intransitive verb, we have already learned about transitive and intransitive verb in pronouns, right? Verb is divided into two types. These are the verbs that are used with the main verb. Basically, they provide elaborate meaning to the sentence. The main verb is also called the lexical verb or principal verb. This term refers to the important verb in the sentence, the one that typically shows the action or state of being of the subject. Main verb can stand alone or they can be used with helping verb, also called an auxiliary verb. You need to remember one thing always, that if a has one verb, then alone verb, main verb can stand alone. Main verb can stand alone. If a single verb is there in a sentence, then it is main verb. If there are two verbs, then there are chances for the first verb. It can be helping verb, we cannot give the surety. And the other second verb is always a main verb, right? Basic. These are the verbs that are used with the main verbs. Basically, they provide elaborate meaning to the sentence. Different helping verbs. See, why we use helping verbs in sentence when we already have main verbs? Then why there is a need of helping verb in a sentence? The need is that helping verb are used to denote